Once upon a time in a land far, far away, a kindly grandmother prepared the children for bed with fairy tales and stories. So merry and funny, they were just a joy. The children would gather around the piano as the stories began to unfold. Was always the poor little cinder girl who, with the help of the fairy godmother, was transformed into a princess drawn in a coach with two magnificent horses. And of course, the prince, magnificent in his handsomeness, in a palace only made for happiness and love. dance with the princess until the witching hour was at hand. Round and round they spun, and the fireworks went off, and they were oblivious to it all. Finally, the midnight hour strikes, and the princess returns to her cinder self. Slipper behind and a broken-hearted prince. She would disappear until, and the story continues. But let us go back to that piano and the organ grinder and his marvelous tales. With happy faces and dancing places. How we imagined we were the dancing maiden that danced with the jester and the clown. Imagine the joy that we felt as we envisioned her happiness at the freedom she had gained. Oh, yes, organ grinder. The story of the princess and her love who, in doing his duty, must leave his special rose in sorrow. For his long absence would separate them, maybe never to return. But always with a place in her heart. Oh, sorrow. Now a change of pace, as the farm boy and his special horn attracts the sheep to him when it is played. Farm boy and his special friends. And then the organ grinder spins out the final tale of the dancer and her tambourine. Of the soldiers dancing, of all the characters spinning and spinning until... It's night now, so let's get ready for sleep. While I tell you one more story of the lost children in the forest, and how they were rescued by the animals and returned home to a happy ending. And the feast, it just goes on and on. Thank you, grandmother, for the delightful time and the interesting characters. I can see that witch now, being chased by the rabbit. return of the children. As I stated before, Children's Album is for children everywhere, where a small bit of happiness helps a lot. So lay down, children. Go to sleep. 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 And when you awake, you'll face a better day. One filled with fun and more stories for you. See? The Children's Album never really ends.